Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for baseball here today between Mount San Jacinto College and College of the Canyons. We weren't sure if we were going to get this one off here today as the field was pretty wet. We had a lot of rain from Sunday to really last night, but it looks like we are going to get a game in here today between the Cougars and the Eagles. The Eagles undefeated so far on the year. Mount San Jacinto has been a very, very good team this season. College of the Canyons 2-2 so far on the year, trying to find what would be their third win and their first win on their home field here today. Kind of a little late on getting everything dialed in here, so we'll go through that as we can. As the Cougars are going to start with Joseph Yasso going to get the start, his third of the season here today. Yasso so far has started both home games. He does not have a record so far this year. Has been a no decision in both games. Has gone 9 1/3 innings, given up 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 3 and struck out 12. Opposing hitters hitting .293 against him, as he will face the Mount San Jacinto offense, which will start with Greg Luna, followed by Kyle Cerna, then Christian Smith, Junie Rodriguez in the cleanup spot, Austin Sargent, the DH in the 5 spot, Dominic Labardi batting 6, Josh Anich batting 7th doing the catching, Drayton Thompson in the 8 spot, and Tanner Haoki in the 9 spot. As we are underway, first pitch to Luna misses down. For Luna this season, batting .250 on the year. 5 hits and 20 at-bats on the season as he chops this one through the hole, past Yeaman, out into left field for a base hit, and the leadoff runner aboard here for San Jacinto. So good start for Luna as he's got a base hit single through the infield on a 2-hopper. Now bring Kyle Cerna to the plate. As Yasso checking on Luna over there. San Jacinto's been a very good team at stolen bases this season. They've been superb at running. So far, they have stolen 10 of 11 on the season. As Yasso will deliver here. This pitch on the ground softly towards first. Schwarz going to just take it to first base for the first out of the inning. And that's kind of what we're going to see down the first base line a little bit here today, is it's kind of a little soggy, especially down the first base line and along the infield grass, as all that rain we had really soaked up the field quite a bit. So one away here in the first inning. Here comes Christian Smith. Smith from the right-hand side. Hitting .556 on the season, has a runner in scoring position. Smith with 4 RBIs, 10 hits, and 18 at-bats with 4 doubles this season. He's done all of his damage via double. As Mount San Jacinto's offense has been very good in terms of driving runners in, but they have not had to do it with the long ball this season. For the Eagles so far this year, just 2 home runs, although that could change. We've seen a lot of home runs here at Cougar Field already this season. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Smith. Yasso working in some trouble here in the first. 1-1, a breaking ball in for a strike, make it 1-2. Yasso checks the runner, delivers, fouled straight back to the screen. We'll stay at 1-2. Defensively for Canyons today, it's Schwarz at first, Roca at second, Yeaman the shortstop, Aliman at third, Jaquez in left, Asang in center, and Orsini in right field today. Runner in motion, this one lifted in the air out into deep left center field, way back towards the wall, and that ball is gonna leave. Smith has a 2-run home run, and San Jacinto with a 2-0 lead here early on. Just the 3rd home run of the season for the Eagles, and the first of the year for Christian Smith, but it is a 2-run shot to left center field, and a 2-0 San Jacinto lead. Been kind of a problem for COC this year. They've given up now on the season 8 home runs. That's near the bottom of the state. As it's a 1-out home run, and here's Junior Rodriguez at the plate. Not much that Asang and Jaquez could do trying to chase that one down. Both just kind of had to look up and watch it fly. So a 2-0 San Jacinto lead on a 2-run home run to start here as that pitch swung on and missed by Rodriguez. Make it 1-2. It's going to make it tough on COC here today as San Jacinto will talk about their pitching staff, but they've been so very good this year here early on. Of course, the Eagles 5-0 on the season. And as much of that is a part of their offensive side of the field, their pitching and defense has been pretty good as well. As a strikeout here, down on strikes for the first time today is Junior Rodriguez, as Yasso has his first K, gets him swinging, 2 down. Yasso this season, that's been one of the better parts of his performances on the mound, is the strikeout numbers this year. His first pitch swinging is Sargent. Yasso this season, 12 strikeouts, just 3 walks. Make it 13 now and 3 walks on the year. So that one over for a called strike, make it 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runs across here for San Jacinto off the 2-run home run from Christian Smith as that one misses down and away. We get 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yasso's 1-2 misses away. Sargent this season, 6 for 22, 273 average with a couple of doubles, a home run, and 5 runs batted in. Hitting out of the 5 spot here today for San Jacinto. Waits on the 2-2, lifts it in the air towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit as Orsini kind of got stuck. Couldn't decide whether to charge or back up, and it lands just in front of him on a line drive single with 2 away. For the DH and Austin Sargent, and that'll bring us to the first baseman, Dominic Lombardi, batting in the 6th spot. As they'll pick over and they'll get Sargent at first, as a good move from Orsini, who will end the inning. But 2 across, damage done by Christian Smith, a 2-run home run. And we'll head to the home half of the first inning with Canyons trailing by a pair of runs. And it was 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody errs and nobody left on for San Jacinto after the first. So Sargent picked off. Lombardi will lead off the next inning. Canyons lineup will look like this, and it's a different lineup today than we've actually seen. Colin Yeaman will lead things off, and Cougars trying to get something offensively going as they've kind of been good early and slow down late. So they'll go with their best hitter in Yeaman in the 1 spot, then Charlie Roca in the 2 spot, Angelo Aliman in the 3 spot, then the DH Jaden Steinhurst, followed by Jake Schwartz, then Evan Jaquez, Dominic Cervantes, the catcher, in the 7 spot, Ryan Orsini batting 8th, and Hunter Sang in the 9 spot for College of the Canyons. They will face Pierce Saylor, one of the 3 starters for San Jacinto this year that has been really good. Saylor, 2-0 so far in the year. 1 start, he's appeared in 2 games. He has not given up a run in 8 innings yet, only 5 hits. Has not given up an earned run, excuse me, in 8 innings yet. Has given up 3 runs, but all 3 of them have been unearned. Walked 3 and struck out 10. Part of this San Jacinto pitching staff that's been really good this year. You see all 3 of their starters in Romero, Castro, and Saylor have all gotten over 10 strikeouts so far this season. Romero leading the team with 15, and they're all keeping opposing hitters under 200 on the average. Saylor, opposing hitters hitting just 172 against him this season. Pierce has been tough to handle, the right-hander. In his sophomore season out of Riverside from Pauley High School. She looks Saylor, as we said, 5 hits allowed. He struck out 10, walked 3. He's hit 2 batters, given up just 1 extra base hit. As he'll face the top of the Canyons order here in the home half of the first inning in a ball game that started at 2 p.m. was a scheduled 1 p.m. start initially, but pushed it back to try and let the weather get out of the way, try and let the field dry out just a touch. It's a chilly one here today, as we're just getting out of some rain here in the Southern California area. Usually it's sunny 350 days out of the year, but this week we had the rain come through. 56 degrees at first pitch here today. And pretty cloudy as we'll go to work here in the first. Colin Yeaman will lead things off, batting .714 so far in the year as he hacks heavy at the first pitch, swings and misses behind the count, 0-1. Yeaman, 10 hits and 14 at-bats, 2 doubles, a home run, 2 runs batted in. He's walked 4 times and he's only struck out once. He has been a tough out so far this season through 4 games for College of the Canyons. And really elevating him to the leadoff spot takes the opportunity for him to get a couple more at-bats in there really into play as he takes that pitch down and away as ahead in the count 2-1. You had him in the 3 spot over the first few games of the season. Wasn't getting a lot of opportunities to drive in runs, so I think the prevailing thought from Chris Cota is let's get him up there some more, see if we can get him on. As he takes a called strike and see if we can get some opportunities for him to drive the baseball in later in ball games, as that's been the struggle for COC this year. So he waits on a 2-2 from Saylor, swings and lifts it in the air, back of second base, playable for Aoki. Will make the catch, and that's 1 away. So Yeaman retired on a pop fly to the back of second base. 1 down here in the first, and here's Charlie Roca. Defensively, Lombardi at first, Aoki at second, Thompson at short, Luna at third, Rodriguez in left, Cerna in center, Smith in right, and Mechanic is the catcher along with Saylor as the battery for the pitching staff today. This one fouled away. Roca, the sophomore for COC, everyday second baseman for the Cougars this year, hitting .263 on the season. So he takes that over for a called strike, make it 0-2. Roca 5 for 19. Couple of doubles, a home run. Only one run batted in. Takes that one up and away, gets it back to a 1-2 count. For Canyons this season, only 8 of their 21 runs have come after the 6th inning. So it's really been a struggle from the 7th on. As Roca down on strikes, first strikeout of the ball game for Saylor. 2 up, 2 down. And Angelo Aliman coming to the plate. Saylor working in the zone. Alleman takes a call to strike. Alleman, just one game played, only his second start of the year, was 1 for 4 in that game against Allen Hancock last week on Saturday, a Canyons win. Cougars still trying to kind of solidify the lineup a little bit. You got most of it solidified, trying to really work through all of it as we wait on the 1-1 pitch to Alleman. Takes it for a called strike behind in the count 0-2. And again, Saylor has been all around the strike zone here early on, making it air apparent quickly here. Canyon's going to need to swing the bat as he's going to get ahead here early on. That's really what you try and do. As he's got back-to-back strikeouts at the end of the inning, the Cougars go quietly in the first as we head to the second and a 2-0 lead for San Jacinto.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
So we go to the second. It'll be Lombardi, Mechanic, and Thompson, the scheduled hitters for San Jacinto here in the second inning. As the Eagles with an early 2-0 lead. Lombardi batting .308 on the year. Four hits and 13 at-bats, 3 runs scored, a triple and 1 run batted in. Has walked 3 times, struck out once. As he'll face Yasso here in the second. Barney, the first baseman, hitting off the right-hand side. Out of Arlington High School, Riverside, California native. Chops this one foul up the third base line, so it'll even the count at 1-1. Got to give a shout out to the grounds crew here today, doing a good job getting the field ready. Kirst Cota as well, the head coach for COC, was out there, and saw a number of the players out there as well, kind of marching around trying to get things going. Still some rain water out there, but not in playing areas. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The first base dugout most notably, as you can kind of see it a little bit maybe on the camera. Still a little bit wet on each side near the dugouts, but we'll play through it here. So we wait on a 1-2 pitch from Yasso to Lombardi. Misses down and away, and evens the count at 2-2. So this one hit right back up the box for a base hit from Lombardi. So the leadoff runner aboard for the second inning in a row here for San Jacinto, as Lombardi has a leadoff single. And Mechanic will come to the plate, the catcher, with nobody out and a runner at first base. Mechanic batting .429 on the year, 6 for 14, with a triple and 2 runs batted in. 3 walks and a couple of strikeouts. As it's a heavy right-handed hitting lineup from San Jacinto. Only Rodriguez and Aoki can hit from the left-hand side of the plate. Aoki a switch hitter. His first pitch swinging is Mechanic, and a line drive out to left field for a base hit. So runners on first and second here for San Jacinto in the second, as the Eagles, a couple of hard hit balls off Yasso here in the second inning, have 2 aboard with nobody out. And sending Dayton Thompson up to the plate. Thompson 143 on the year, does have 4 walks. Just 1 hit and 7 at bats. See if head coach Jake Hansen decides to have him try and move some runners over. He will show bunt. He'll pull it back. He'll take a called strike. It's 0-1. Thompson this year does not have a sacrifice hit yet this season. So show bunt early again. The Cougars will bring the corners in. That one over for called strike 2. And so now Thompson in an 0-2 hole. We'll look at the dugout and see what they decide. Lombardi leads away from second. Mechanic leading away from first. Third baseman Aleman on the cutout. That pitch nearly hits Thompson, but misses down and in, makes it 1-2. It's been a problem for COC this year as well. In terms of the pitching staff, they've hit 8 guys so far this year. We've seen Yasso a couple of times fall into that trap. As this one fouled away, keeps it at 1-2. Yasso this season 5 of the 8 hit batters for COC. We've seen it a few times too where he's had a couple of strikes on guys and hit somebody. So trying to make sure that doesn't happen here. He's ahead in the count 1-2 with 2 on. A punch out here would go a long way for Yasso as he tries to work himself out of some trouble here in the second inning. As this one hit on the ground, Yeaman will scoop to second for 1, on to first. Not in time for the double play as Thompson getting down the line well. Cougars get the runner at second base, so it'll put runners on the corners and 1 away here. There's just not enough pace on the ground ball for Yeaman and Roca to be able to turn 2. So 6-4 for the first out. Thompson on with a fielder's choice. Runners go on the corners for Tanner Aoki. Aoki this year, .471, 8 hits and 17 at bats, 3 runs batted in. Has a double, and 7 of his hits are all singles, but has a chance here with the runners on the corners. Take a look at Yasso's numbers with a runner at third base. Does have 1 wild pitch to his record this season. Aoki out of Miliani, Hawaii. Switch hitter waits. Lifts this one in the air towards left field, and it's going to be caught by Jaquez diving, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly. San Jacinto will get a 3rd run over here. It was a shallow fly ball. Didn't maybe initially look deep enough for Aoki to be able to drive in Lombardi from third, but Jaquez had some trouble with it right off the bat, was kind of stuck in the mud a little bit, so to speak, and to make a diving play coming in for the second out. So to leave a runner at first base, we'll go back to the top of the order with Greg Luna and a 3-0 San Jacinto lead here. So 2 down off the sacrifice fly. First pitch to Luna over for a called strike. 2 down, it's 0-1. As Lombardi scores on the RBI fly ball. Luna singled in his first at bat, came around to score on the Smith 2-run home run. That one over for a called strike on a breaking ball from Yasso. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Luna. So wait on the 1-2. Thompson leading away from first. That one in the legs of Cervantes. Kept it in front of him, but could not find it. So that allows Thompson down to second base. And now Luna in a 2-2 count with a chance to try and pick up another here. So Sang deep out in center. Orsini and Jaquez a few steps in right and left. But pretty much straight away for everybody. That one just misses away. They're going to check towards the field umpire. He's going to say no, and really it's going to be a tough look for him from there anyway. So we'll go to a full count with a runner at second base. Already 1 run across here in the second inning. This one hit on the ground on the right side, and that's just going to be a C&I single. They're going to try and send the runner Thompson from second. He will score. It's an RBI hit for Greg Luna. A 4-0 lead for San Jacinto as they pile on another here in the second inning. Wasn't a hard hit ball from Luna, unlike his first at-bat where he laced one into the outfield. This one just kind of a C&I ground ball as it was perfect. Roca was diving over towards second base with the right-handed hitter up, trying to keep the runner at second close in Thompson, and Luna was able to put it right by him, and that's actually going to bring Ryan Paramo, the pitching coach for COC, out to the mound. Paramo with that familiar look, arms around the catcher and the pitcher. We'll talk to Yasso, talk to Cervantes here, as the Cougars don't have anybody really getting loose in the bullpen quite yet. A couple of guys out there stretching around, but nobody throwing yet. Kyle Cerna will come to the plate, grounded to the first baseman in his only at-bat today. Cerna actually one of 3 lefties in the lineup, so not paying attention was I on that one. Happens here as they check over at the runner at first. So we said San Jacinto this year, 10 stolen bases coming into the game. This one hit out to deep right field. Nothing Orsini can do. It's a 2-run shot. And this one busted right open, a 6-0 lead in the second inning by San Jacinto, as Cerna with a 2-run job this time. for Cerna, his first home run of the season. And the San Jacinto Eagles are lighting up the scoreboard once again. The San Jacinto team last year went to the playoffs. It was a good team. The offense has been stellar. The pitching staff has been superb so far this year, although they've played 3 7-inning games, scheduled 7 innings twice against West LA, scheduled 7 innings against Grossmont, but have just been able to find ways to score. They beat Grossmont 5-4 in that first 7-inning game, and then put up 15 against both Grossmont and Compton. Their last 2 games, they've been held under 5 runs against West LA in those 2 7-inning games. But today, with 6 already on the board through the first 2, thanks in part to 2-run home runs from Cerna and this guy at the plate, Christian Smith, they find themselves with an early lead. That one over for a strike. If you're a Canyons fan, that's kind of familiar territory for COC over the first portion of the season. Part of it due to a really, really tough schedule for College of the Canyons. Over their last number of seasons, the Cougars have started the season below 500 as strike 3 called. Second strikeout of the ballgame for Yasso. We'll finish that thought when we come back. We head to the home half of the second inning in a 6-0 ball game in favor of San Jacinto.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Welcome back into Cougar Field as we go to the home half of the second inning. San Jacinto leading 6-0 here early on. We were talking about COC over the last 6 years since 2016. Have had rough starts to their season. This is the 7th straight season Canyons has started 500 or below in their first 4 games. The last time the Cougars started with a winning season was actually 2016 when they won their first 8 games. And I know what you're thinking, oh, that's not a good thing, but for College of the Canyons, it has not much mattered. They've made the playoffs every single season with the exception of one, and that was the COVID-shortened season of 2020 where we did not get a playoff. So this is not an unfamiliar start for COC in terms of their record so far this year, and it's not necessarily something that they panic about here early on. Chris Cota and his staff, they're very calm, very collected with the roster, although we did see a long meeting at the end of the inning, but really run by the players, and I think really run by Charlie Roca. He was the man in the middle kind of hollering at everybody saying, let's get going here. We spotted him 6. We got time still. Let's try and get something happening as they face Sailor in the second. But again, very calm coaching staff, calm demeanor from the roster as well. They know that there's lots of time left in the season, and they play a really tough schedule. You look, Saddleback went to the state playoffs last year, finished the number 2 team in the state. They lost to Santa Ana in the championship. San Jacinto, a playoff team from a season ago. Allen Hancock, a playoff team from a season ago, who they'll see tomorrow. Cosumnes River into the playoffs as well. Moore Park, Orange Coast, both very good squads. As Steinhurst inside outs this one right at the second baseman. One away as the play made by Aoki. That's kind of the thing for COC. You look, they play Santa Ana at one point this season. They'll have Cypress, who was a really good team last year. You look for the Cougars a season ago. They went 12-14 against the 3C 2A top 25. They played Saddleback, Cosumnes River, Allen Hancock, Santa Ana, Saracosa, Orange Coast, Cypress, LA Valley, Merced, and Glendale, all top 25 teams. So it's really, and you're going to see that again this year as you got LA Valley. You got Glendale in your conference. You've got a number of those teams still on as Schwarz drives this one down the line and right, twisting, and it'll go foul. But that's kind of been the thing for COC is it's a situation of slow starts, but picking it up late and be able to get themselves into a playoff position as Schwarz tops this one up the middle. Thompson will scoop it up and fire to first. 6 up, 6 down here. As now Evan Jaquez will come to the plate. Jaquez this season batting .375 with a home run, 3 runs batted in. Canyon's offense, as we said this year, not quite as high-flying as they were a season ago. .272 as a unit. Just 21 runs scored coming into today through their first 4 games. As Jaquez will try and get their first base runner of the ball game. Takes the first pitch down. Jaquez playing left field today instead of third base, where we saw him to start the season. As he swings and lines this one out to left field. That'll get over the head of Rodriguez. Jaquez will round and head towards second base, and he's going to be out at second base. Oh, they're actually going to call him safe. The initial look from the umpire was to call him out, but then he changed mid-throw, and Jaquez is going to have a 2-out double in the first base runner for College of the Canyons. And I thought for sure the way the field umpire moved his body, he was going to call him out. And then mid-body movement changed, and that's actually going to bring Jake Hansen out to discuss with him here. Hansen going to get just inside the baseline, and they're going to talk about it. I'm not sure if the tag was there. The throw definitely beat him. A great throw from Rodriguez. Aokier maybe missed on the tag. And Hansen's going to have an explanation, not one that maybe he likes, but it's a double from Jaquez. The play certainly beat him there. The slide from Jaquez, the feet were high. Maybe that's what threw off the tag and made it tough here. So the Cougars now have a base runner, and that'll bring Dominic Cervantes to the plate. Jaquez swings and misses, or Cervantes, excuse me, swings and misses. 3 for 14 this year. Batting 240 or 214. A couple of runs batted in, trying to get the Cougars on the board here in the second. Of what is scheduled to go 9. We'll see if it does. They got to get through 7, and the sun going down about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. See if they can get it in here. Is this one fouled away by Cervantes? Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saylor retired the first 5 he faced. Almost retired 6 in a row after Jaquez lined one off the outfield, legged out a double. That one misses up. It would have actually been a hit, but he would have been through the minimum so far had that been an out. Instead, he's 1 over. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Cervantes. This one popped up in foul ground, back of the plate, playable, and a good play from Mechanic running back before he crashes into the fence behind the dish, and that'll end the inning. The Cougars get a 2-out double, but nothing else. We head to the home or the top half of the 3rd inning, still 6-0 in favor of San Jacinto.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, through. Hand down. One hand. Up. No. Flip.
I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
So pitching change for COC as we go into the top half of the third inning. Canyon's going to lift Yasso after 2, giving up 6 runs. And JP Kerr going to come in here to pitch. So Yasso 2 innings. Gives up 6, all of them earned. On 7 hits, didn't walk anybody. And struck out 2. Kerr sits down Rodriguez. We start off here in the third inning. So 1 down, first strikeout for Kerr. Kerr over for a strike. For JP this year, he's gone 4 innings, given up 3 hits and a run. Has not been an earned run. Walked 3, struck out 5 now. One ball, 1 strike count here to Sargent, who singled and was picked off to end the first inning. I think it was actually 5 earned runs they think we're going to say on Yasso here, as the official scorer said. Looked at me and said, no, it's 5, not 6. It's 2 balls, or 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Kerr, or to Sargent. Sargent stands at the plate and waits on the 1-2. Kerr misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes to count here to Sargent as he waits. Kerr trying to work a clean inning for Canyons for the first time today. Retired the first. This one chopped towards third, scooped up by Aleman, and fires over to first base for the second out here of the inning. I realize we still had a base runner on second base, which is not the case in this point. So 2 up, 2 down. Dominic Lombardi, who singled. comes to the plate here to face Caro. Takes that pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Lombardi singled and scored in the second. Caro overthrows a little bit that time, misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. 6-0 San Jacinto. 2 in the first, 4 in the second. Two-run home runs today. One by Smith, the other by Cerna. This one popped up. Back of third. Playable and made by Yeaman in shallow left field. So 3 up, 3 down. A clean inning for Canyons. As we'll go to the home half of the third in a 6-0 ball game.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Top half of the third we go. Canyon's going to send the bottom of the order Orsini and Isang to the plate, followed by Yeaman in the top spot, trying to chip away here in the third. Trailing 6-0. Orsini so far on the season. No hits in 12 at bats. Still looking for his first hit of the year. So this one hit up the middle, and there it is. First base hit of the season for Ryan Orsini. Base runner aboard for Canyons here in the third to lead things off. It'll bring Hunter Isang to the plate. Isang getting his third start of the season, 1 for 9 this year. Hitting out of the 9 spot as Orsini will lead away from first base. As Isang gonna bunt. Good bunt laid down. It'll move Orsini up to second base as Luna's only play was at first base. So a sac bunt. One down here in the inning. Runner at second base here for Canyons as they try and play small ball. Canyons with 5 sacrifice hits now on the season. It's the 8th most in the state so far this year, as that's been a big part of the game plan for Chris Cota's side as we come back around to Colin Yeaman with a runner in scoring position. Cougars don't run a lot in terms of base running, just one stolen base in 2 attempts so far this year. That stolen base was Hunter Asang. The only other stolen base attempt was Jaquez, and he was thrown out. 1 ball, no strikes, the count here to Yeaman. Takes that pitch down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, Yeaman off to a ridiculously hot start. 10 for his first 15 on the season. And only a handful of times, really less than a handful of times, has not hit the ball hard. Way ahead here. That's something else Colin's done really well this year is work counts, take pitches, make sure he's getting the right pitch. 4 walks, just 1 strikeout on the season. Well ahead here, 3 balls and no strikes with 1 away. Working against Saylor here, who's faced 2 over the minimum so far. As Yeaman takes that one right down the middle for a called strike, make it 3-1. It was a big hack from Yeaman that time. Swung out of his shoes on a pitch right over the middle, and now the count 3-2. Home run has been favorable for COC this year with 4. It's been against them, though, on the other side as they've given up now 9 on the year. As that one hits Yeaman on a breaking ball right in the hip. And so it'll put runners at first and second here for Canyons. Charlie Roca coming to the plate. For Canyons, just the 7th time they've been hit by a pitch. That's a huge, stark difference to a season ago where they were one of the state leaders in hit batters. That was thanks in part to the Camacho twins, who seem to get hit by just about every pitch. So here's Roca to the plate, struck out in his first at bat, has 2 on and 1 away. So 1 ball, 1 strike, the count here to Roca. Orsino away from second, Yeaman away from first. Roca lifts this one down the line on the right side. Running back is Lombardi to make the catch in foul territory. 2 down. Two down for Aleman. Struck out to end the first. Zucchini is trying not to waste an opportunity here with 2 on in this 3rd inning. Breaking ball over for a strike. Holliman looks back at the home plate umpire, nods his head, says, all right. After they get a confirmation on where the pitch was. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, 2 on. Canyons trailing 6-0, trying to find a run here. As this one hit back up the middle softly. That'll get down into right center field for a base hit. Orsini going to score. Runners will go to the corners for College of the Canyons here as they break the shutout. As a base hit for Aliman, drives in a run. Canyons pumps one across and Steinhurst to hit the ball out. Last time, but on a line right at the second baseman, Aoki will come to the plate here. So leadoff single pays off for Canyons. They get one. Trying to add some more here with the little two-out rally. As now Steinhurst to the plate. Steinhurst coming into the game batting .571, had 8 hits and now 15 at-bats. It was 14 before the game, including a home run and 4 runs batted in. Steinhurst fouls this one away. No balls and 1 strike. 2 away. Runners on the corners here for Canyons. Steinhurst takes that pitch and is behind the count, 0-2. Runners kind of move like they were going to be in motion, but everybody stays put. Trying to see if maybe create some havoc on the bases here. Aleman leads away from first. Yeaman at third. Steinhurst down on strikes. And that will end the inning. Took an extra second, but certainly looked like he went around. Third strikeout of the ball game for Saylor. Canyons gets 1 on a leadoff hit from Orsini and then a 2-out RBI single from Aliman. We head to the 4th inning in a ball game that's 6-1 in favor of San Jacinto. Welcome back into Cougar Field as we get ready for the top half of the 4th inning. McKenich, Thompson, Aoki, the scheduled hitters here to face Care. Canyons trailing 6-1. 2 in the first, 4 in the second for San Jacinto. McKenich singled, then was cut down at second base back in the 2nd inning. Care, the righty, pitches from almost all the way on the 3rd base side of the rubber. Pretty much as far over as you can go without being off the rubber completely. So I wouldn't say more than almost. He is already on that far side. About half his foot. Maybe off the rubber a little bit as he delivers. And this one softly lined into left field for a base hit. So Mechanic has his second hit of the ball game. The leadoff runner aboard once again for Jacinto here. Dayton Thompson will come back to the plate with nobody out and a runner on. Thompson gets hit in the shoulder. And now Aoki on a sacrifice fly back in the second inning comes to the plate. So here's Aoki. He's going to show bunt here. Takes a called strike. We saw this earlier with Jacinto. Didn't work out the first time they were going to do it with Thompson, and he grounded into a fielder's choice. Now they're going to have Aoki do it with 2 on and nobody out. Took a called strike. Care delivers, and Aoki fouls it away, and it's 0-2. This time Aoki going to bunt it foul, and he is out, so 1 away. They made Aoki try and bunt with 2 strikes. That'll bring us back around to the top of the order with Greg Luna. So it's a strikeout, the second of the ball game for Care. And now Luna, who's 2 for 2 and scored twice, comes to the plate. Luna was showing bunt as well for a second, but bunt for a base hit. Instead, drug it back. It'll make the count 1-1 here. Cerna waits on deck. Luna been the table setter today. Scored on a pair of 2-run home runs, one from Smith, one from Cerna. Good 2-1 pitch on the outside for a called strike. Evens the count at 2-2. Two from Care, misses inside. Shadows starting to creep out towards the mound. Three-two with the one away. Care delivers, misses down, bases loaded here for San Jacinto. And the heart of the order coming up. First walk of the day issued by Canyons. And now you have Cerna, who has a 2-run home run at the plate. Five-run lead for San Jacinto, trying to add more here. I'll speed pinch in for a called strike. One ball, one strike the count. Cerna waiting. 1 for 2 today. Double barrel action going on in the COC bullpen. Scratch that, it's just one guy. They do have 2 up for a second there, but it looks like they've gone down to 1. That pitch misses just inside from Care. So 3-1 here to Cerna. Bases chock full of Eagles. That one over for a strike. We'll get it back to 3-2. This one lifted in the air, shallow center field. As Sang has a beat on it, will make the catch. Runners will tag but stay put. And so 2 down. You should get through one of the 2 dangerous men so far in the lineup here. It'll pop up to center field. Now here's Christian Smith, who's got a 2-run home run and a strikeout today. Canyons out in the bullpen. Oscar Patron loosening up. And Luke Lamond loosening up as well. Patron, we thought might be the scheduled starter tomorrow. He went against Alan Hancock and got his first win of the season in his second start. Had 8 strikeouts in the ball game. Looks like he's loosening up for an opportunity to come in, though. This one lined to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. A second will come in as a Sang struggled with it. 2 more across on a 2 RBI single. As scoring easily are Mechanic and Thompson. Smith has 4 RBIs in the ball game. And San Jacinto once again with a nice cushion, a 7-run lead. that'll bring the pitching change here for COC, so you can end the day for Care. Can't quite close the book on him as they'll leave 2 runners on. So Canyons will go to the righty, Luke Lamond here. 1-0 on the year, just his second appearance on the season. Has only pitched an inning and a third, given up a hit and a run. Walked 1, struck out 2. So here's Rodriguez with 2 away and 2 on to face Lamont. Rodriguez struck out twice today. You're going to throw behind the runner at second. Ball actually hit him right in the foot. His diving back was Luna. You're going to walk it off for a second here. Good pitch that time from Lamond. And the count 1-2 here. This one hit hard on the ground towards first, scooped up by Schwarz. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning, but a couple of more runs across for San Jacinto. We head to the home half of the 4th in a 7-run ball game. Schwarz, a two-hopper to second. Aoki will pick it up, and that'll be the first out here of the 4th inning. Canyons trailing 8-1. Here's Jaquez, had a leg double off the left field wall. Hit it so hard that Rodriguez was able to pick it up out in left field, fire it in, and make it a close play at second base. Is that one a breaking ball over for a called strike? This one hit on the ground towards short. Going to be picked up by Thompson. He'll fire to first. 2 up, 2 down. For Saylor, it's been relatively smooth sailing for him today. As you look, retired the first 5, gave up the double to Jaquez. The leadoff single from Orsini in the 3rd, Canyons was able to cash in, thanks in part to a hit by pitch and a single from Aliman. Now he's retired 3 in a row as he faces Cervantes here. He takes a called strike on a ball that got away from the catcher, Mechanic. Canyons dugout not happy with that, but nonetheless. One ball, one strike, the count here to Cervantes. Popped up back of the plate. Hits this one on the ground. Aoki falling down will pick it up on one knee and fire it to first. A quick 1-2-3 inning, all 3 ground balls. We head to the 5th. San Jacinto coming to the plate. Still leading by 7. Sargent, Lombardi, and Mechanic, the scheduled hitters here for San Jacinto as they face Lamond here in the 5th. Sargent 1 for 2. Long way behind here. 3 balls and no strikes to Sargent. That one over for a strike on the outer half. This one hit off the hand softly towards first. Schwarz will pick it up. One away here in the fifth. Bring us to Dominic Lombardi. Singled, scored in the second. Flew out to the shortstop, Yeaman, in shallow left field in the third. Come on, checking the wrist, looking at pitch calm, as that's the Cougars are actually using this year. This one lifted in the air towards deep left field. Hawkes, though, has a play on it and will make the catch out in deep left center, 2 away. Now Mechanic, the catcher, 2 for 2. Scored in the fourth. It's cut down at second base on a ground ball from Thompson back in the second. So this one hits softly towards Roca at second. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Luke Lamond. We go to the home half of the fifth. An 8-1 ball game here from Cougar Field. Bottom half of the fifth. Orsini, Asang, and the top of the order, the scheduled hitters for Canyons. Orsini, his first hit of the season last time up, back in the third inning. Takes that pitch for a called strike behind it, the count 1-2. This one hit on a line out to right field. Orsini with 2 hits in the ball game. As Canyons with the leadoff runner aboard once again. Orsini has been the guy twice, 2 for 2 in the ball game today, and Hunter Sang coming to the plate, who sacrificed in his first plate appearance. So Orsini starting to come around a little bit after a rough start through the first 4 games of the year. Canyon's starting to run out of time here, so we'll see if they try and get something big going here in this 5th inning with the leadoff runner aboard. First pitch over to a Sang for a called strike. This one chopped towards first, scooped by Lombardi to second for 1, on to first. Not going to be in time to get his Sang. As Orsini cut down, a Sang on with a fielder's choice, so we'll leave a runner at first base. Not sure they would have had enough time to get a Sang, who runs well, but the throw from Lombardi to Thompson was actually in the dirt. Thompson had to scoop it. So now we go to Yeaman, 0 for 1 today. Hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Sang, the only stolen base of the season for Canyon, stands away from first. Yeaman another big cut. Runner in motion, Yeaman fouls it away. Another 1-2 fouled away, so we'll do it again. Sang was staying put on that one. Saylor going to pick over. As Yeaman hits this one in the air towards deep center field straight away. That one's going to get out off the top of the batter's eye. A 2-run home run for Colin Yeaman. And Canyons puts 2 up here in the 5th inning. As Yeaman stays hot, his 2nd home run of the year. Now with 4 RBIs on the season, as that ball was well out. As we sit off the top of the batter's eye out in center field. Cerna went back like he was going to have a play on it, but pretty much off the bat, it looked like from here that ball was going to leave. It was just a question of how far. And we saw it there right off the top of the batter's eye. So a 2-run home run. Canyons cuts the lead down to 5, and Charlie Rocca, who's 0 for 2, comes to the plate. Rocca way ahead here, 2-0. For Yeaman, just his 2nd home run of the season. His 4th extra base hit. Now has 4 RBIs on the year. 11 for 16 so far in the season. So Rocca wants a 4-pitch walk. And so Canyons with just 1 away, still cooking here. First walk issued by Saylor. It's going to bring pitching coach out to the mound for San Jacinto. So the average has dropped down a little bit to 687 for Yemen, but still a ridiculous number on the year. Alleman, who's 1 for 2 today, will come to the plate. Kenyon's trying to get something going here, show some resiliency in the 5th with 2 across. First pitch to Alleman on a breaking ball for a called strike. That one over for called strike 2. As Yemen leads away from first, you can see the first baseman Lombardi off the bag, but holding him on nonetheless. So wait on the 0-2 to Alleman. Fouled away off to the screen. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Roca leading away from first base. Alleman lifts this one in the air towards deep left field. Rodriguez going back. He'll have to watch it go over the left field wall, over the scoreboard. A 2-run home run for Alleman. And all of a sudden, the ball game tied at 8-5. So the offense coming alive here for Canyons. A pair of 2-run home runs. For the Cougars now, 6 home runs on the season. And now Steinhurst, who's 0 for 2, comes to the plate to face Saylor with 1 away and a fresh set out on the field. 4 runs across here, pair of 2-run home runs for Canyons. Now Steinhurst trying to restart things, takes a called strike. San Jacinto starting to get some bodies up in the bullpen now. Saylor was cruising through 4, but has struggled here in the 5th. Gave up a leadoff single to Orsini. Asang reached on a fielder's choice, then a 2-run home run to Yemen, a 4-pitch walk to Roca, and a 2-run home run for Alleman. His first of the season for the right-handed hitting third baseman. 2-1 count here to Steinhurst now. He tinks that pitch down, and it's 3-1. So the Cougar offense has come alive here. Still looking for their first win here at Cougar Field this season. Trying to make this one happen and come from behind fashion, trailing now 8-5. 3-1 to Steinhurst. Hit on the ground towards the second baseman. Aoki will pick it up and fire it to first for the second out of the inning. Steinhurst kind of inside-outing that one, not as hard as the first time. An easy play for Aoki. So 2 down, and Jake Schwarz will come to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Schwarz having a rough start to the year. Just 2 hits so far in 16 at-bats. He's hit the ball hard a few times, but just can't find his rhythm so far early on in the season as he hits it in the air towards shallow center field. That'll get down for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for College of the Canyons as Schwarz has his first hit of the ball game. And now Evan Jaquez, who doubled and grounded his short, comes to the plate. Jaquez does have a home run on the season. Trying to keep a 2-out inning going here for Canyons, trailing 8-5. Pinch over on a breaking ball from Saylor. Nothing in 2 now to Jaquez. Schwarz at first. 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4 across for COC. Is that one going to get away from McCanich on a wild pitch from Saylor, and Schwarz down to second base. So now Jaquez with a runner in scoring position. First wild pitch of the season for Saylor. Now base hit. Likely can score Schwarz here. He'll get a good jump on anything in play with 2 strikes. Jaquez soft line drive towards first. Lombardi able to scoop it up before it touches the grass. And that will end the inning. But Canyons gets 4, a pair of 2-1 home runs from Yemen and Aliman. We head to the 6th in a 3-run ball game. So we go to the 6th here. It'll be Thompson, Aoki, and Luna, the scheduled hitters. Thompson 0 for 1 today, but has scored twice as he's reached both times. Reached on a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch. Canyons a 4-run 5th inning. Trying to climb back into this one. Now trailing 8-5. Chopped on the ground towards third. Sorry, cut to the wrong camera. And we bring you right back. So 1 away. Here's Aoki, sacrifice fly ball for an RBI and a strikeout on a bunt attempt. So 0 for 1 today. His first pitch swinging, fouls it away. Getting on 3:45 in the afternoon here, an hour and 45 minutes into this one. And it's a tight one all of a sudden. It looked like a blowout for a while, a 7-run lead for San Jacinto, but a 4-run inning for Canyons in the last half. Has all of a sudden made it a ball game here. And a quick sprint to the finish in the 6th. Lamont, since coming in, is retired 5 in a row. It's been very effective here today. Trying to get the Cougars back into hit once again. Luke sent at the belt, delivers a 1-2 that misses down. This one softly poked out into center field. First base runner against Lamont today, as Aoki has a single. So a 1-out hit, and we go back to the top of the order with Greg Luna, who's been on base 3 times today, 2 for 2 with a walk and a couple of runs scored. Luna now 7 hits on the season. Evan Stratton up in the bullpen for San Jacinto, the righty out of Redlands. Luna shows bunt, pops it up. But it's going to get down as not much Cervantes could do trying to get out of the crouch to get to that one. Aoki 2 for 2 on the bases this year. So we'll keep an eye on him here. As Lamont sit at the belt, Aoki with a sizable lead away from first will stay put. That ball gets by Cervantes. And Aoki down to second base. It's now running her in scoring position here for Luna. San Jacinto trying to add back to their lead. Two balls, 2 strikes to count here to Luna. This one hit on the ground towards the hole. Picked up by Yeaman. Strong throw to first in time. That's a good stretch from Schwarz as they get Luna. As they'll check with the home plate umpire. Hansen came out and said Schwarz came off first. Home plate umpire says no, he was out, so that'll be the second out of the inning. On a good play from Yeaman in the hole, and it holds Aoki at second base. Likely going to be the end of the day for Lamond, as it'll bring us Harish Balachandran out of the bullpen. So we'll continue on here in the sixth with 2 away and a 3-run ball game. So it'll be Harish Balachandran coming in to take over. Harish in his 4th appearance of the year. A 2.45 ERA on the season. Has pitched in 3 2/3, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Has given up a double and a home run, or a couple of doubles and a home run this year. As he'll pitch with traffic on, a runner at second base. As he'll face Kyle Cerna, who has a 2-run home run so far today in 3 at-bats. Harish, kind of a funky delivery. Kind of drops into that 3/4 arm slot. Stands on the first base side of the rubber. But has been pretty effective in his appearances so far this year. As you see, that arm slot drops down, called strike to Cerna. This one fouled away off the foot of Cerna. So Balachandran well ahead, 0-2. For Canyons in the 6th, it'd be Cervantes, Orsini, and Asang, the scheduled hitters. Unsure if we'll see Saylor back out. 0-2 to Cerna, popped up, shallow left. That's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to be enough to score Aoki from second base on a bloop single from Saylor, his second, or from Cerna, excuse me, his second hit of the ball game. Little dying quail for an RBI hit. And so the run going to be charged to Lamond, so it'll close out his day. Gives up 1 hit and 1 run in 2 innings of work. And now we go to Christian Smith, who's 2 for 3 today. Takes a called strike. Wasn't hit very hard, but does enough to do the job for Cerna, who's now picked off at first, caught leaning. Canyons will have him in a rundown here. He'll be tagged out by Yeaman. So 1-3-6 the out. Cerner retired, leaving Smith at the plate. And it's a 4-run ball game as we head to the home half of the 6th here from Cougar Field. So pitching change here for San Jacinto. Saylor goes 5. Gives up 5 runs on 7 hits. All 5 of the Canyons runs earned. Walked 1, struck out 3 in the ball game. They'll give way to Evan Stratton. Stratton in one appearance went 1 inning, gave up a hit. Struck out 1, didn't give up any runs. So a spotless ERA so far this year. As he'll face Cervantes Orsini. And a Sang. Here in the home half of the 6th. Cervantes 0 for 2 today. Stratton out there working quick. Eye on the count, 2-1. Breaking ball over for a called strike. Stratton wastes no time. Up there on the rubber, gets the sign, kind of into that quick windup. So this one hit on the ground towards first, scooped up by Lombardi. One away here in the 6th. Here's Orsini. 2 for 2 today. Couple of singles. Scored in the 3rd. It's cut down at second base on a ground ball from a Sang. In that 4-run 5th inning from Canyons. This one chopped foul wide of first, so we'll do it again. So Orsini down on strikes, 2 away. Two down for Sang, who's 0 for 1 today. Reached and scored in the 5th. Two balls, 2 strikes here to a Sang now. Called strike 3 on the outer half. Stratton works a perfect inning, strikes out a pair. We head to the 7th. 9-5 in favor of San Jacinto. His first pitch swinging here in the top half of the 7th inning, and it's Chris Smith with another home run deep to left field on the first pitch from Balacondron to him. And San Jacinto now back with a 5-run lead. Second home run of the ball game from Smith. Third home run of the ball game surrendered by Canyons. It's the 10th home run surrendered this season by COC. This ball lifted in foul ground. Playable here As Rodriguez out for the 4th time today. Catch is made on the third base side by Aliman. One down, and here's Sargent coming to the plate. Sargent hit by the pitch. And so now a base runner on once again here for San Jacinto. Sargent was 1 for 3 before being hit. Now the umpire's going to get together and talk here. The question now is, did Sargent make a reasonable effort to get out of the way? And they'll say, yes, he did. So that'll bring Dominic Lombardi back to the plate. Singled, popped up a couple of times, 1 for 3. On the ground towards second, and a tailor-made double play as Lombardi grounds into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play, but Smith with the solo home run makes it a 5-run ball game as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning here from Cougar Field. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Canyons trailing by 5. Top of the order coming up for COC to face Stratton here, as it'll be Yeaman, Roca, and Aliman. Starting to get dark here in a hurry. Sun's still out, but the clouds have moved in from behind as Yeaman takes a big hack on the first pitch. Now Yeaman hits this one on the ground. A diving stop by Thompson, throws from one knee. But Yeaman, who runs very well, going to have an infield hit. Thompson was bouncing towards the second base bag on the pitch. And had he not, he would have been in perfect position, would have been hit right at him. Still made a great effort to dive and stop it. But it's a leadoff hit for Canyons here in the 7th, and Charlie Roca, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and scored, comes to the plate with a runner on. Canyons doesn't do a lot of running, so I'm not sure they'll send Yeaman here in a 5-run ball game. That's usually not part of the game plan for Chris Cota and company. First runner against Stratton, though, is that one over for a called strike, makes it 0-1. Breaking ball from Stratton over for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out and a runner at first. As Yeaman on with an infield hit. So this one chopped foul, and we'll do it again. So again, Roca able to fight one off. Canyons trying to get something going here now in the 7th. With the leadoff runner aboard. Stratton will check on Yeaman over at first. So this one lifted in the air towards right field and playable for Smith. Campt will make the catch. One away. One down, Alamani, who had a home run in the 5th inning, part of that 4-run 5th inning for Canyons. His first of the year. Cougars with a pair of 2-run home runs. San Jacinto with 3 home runs in the ball game, including a pair from Chris Smith. Or Christian Smith, excuse me. So this one lifted out in the air towards right field. Christian Smith patrolling again will make the catch. 2 down. So 2 quick outs. And Steinhurst steps in with 2 away. And Yeaman standing still over at first base. Steinhurst 0 for 3 today. Lined to second, grounded to second, and struck out. Takes a called strike. That one misses just away, makes it 2-1. Canyons, remember, only 8 runs from the 7th inning on. They've struggled to score late in ball games this year, trying to do it now as they trail by 5. So that one down in the dirt, Steinhurst way ahead. Steinhurst will work a 2-out walk, so we'll put 2 on here for Canyons. That'll bring Jake Schwarz to the plate with 2 outs. Schwarz singled in his last at bat. Takes a called strike. He huge lead for Steinhurst at first as the runner not holding on. Schwarz laces this one to right field and deep. That ball is gone. A 3-run home run from Jake Schwarz in the 7th, and Canyons back within a pair. So Schwarz comes through with a line drive home run to right field. Ninth hit of the ball game for Canyons. 3rd home run since the 5th inning for Canyons. And now Jaquez comes to the plate, who has a double in 3 at-bats. Ball traveling well here today. 6 home runs in the ball game, 3 for each side. Schwarz with his first of the year. Now has 7 RBIs to lead the team this season. As Jaquez puts a charge into one, but this one going to get foul. Behind the count 1-2. So 2-2 count here to Jaquez. Stratton delivers. Jaquez a line drive. That's going to get by Luna. As it kicks off the glove of Luna, Jaquez is going to round first. He's going to stay there this time. But a 2-out single, a 2-out rally here for Canyons. And now Cervantes will come back to the plate. So Jaquez with a 2-out single, his 2nd hit of the ball game. Cervantes takes a called strike. Dominic 0 for 3 today. Fouled out to the catcher, grounded out a couple of times on the right side of the infield, trying to keep the inning alive here. Jaquez is going to have to dive back on a good move from Stratton just in time. This one chopped towards 3rd. Luna will pick it up, throws towards 2nd. Jaquez will get tagged out as it wasn't a good throw, but Aoki, a smart play, able to come off the bag and tag Jaquez out. Not only in the inning, but Canyons gets 3 on a 3-run home run from Jake Schwarz. We head to the 8th inning in a tight ball game here from Cougar Field. Pitching change for Canyons here as we go into the 8th inning. Kyler Fruity going to come in to take over. Fruity 0-2 this year, and it's 2 appearances in 2 2/3 innings. Has given up 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Has picked up a couple of losses as well, both of them here at Cougar Field. Opposing hitters hitting .462 against him, but the lefty will come in to face McKinnon, Thompson, and Aoki, and he gets ahead of the count here to start against McKinnon, who's 2 for 3 today. It's a fresh ball game here in the 8th, not quite back to square one, but a 2-run ball game nonetheless, as the Cougars have tried to battle back. So this one popped up foul. It'll get out of play and down the right field line. This one hit out into right field. That'll get into the gap for a base hit. McKinnon with a big turn, but won't get much further. As he'll head back to first base with a leadoff single here against Fruity in the 8th. This ball hit in the air towards right field, playable for Orsini. One away here as now we go to Aoki. Aoki a single and scored in the 6th. Hitting from the right side now here against the lefty Fruity. This ball hit in the air towards center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. As Asang couldn't make a play on it, so Aoki has his 2nd hit of the ball game, and runners at 1st and 2nd here. As we go back to the top of the order with Luna coming back to the plate for San Jacinto. So this ball hit out in the air towards right field. That'll get down for a base hit in front of Orsini. So Luna a hit. They're going to try and score a run. They will get it as they sent the runner Aoki to third. He'll make the second out at third base. But scoring from second is Mechanic. Add another run for San Jacinto. It's back to a 3-run lead and 2 away here. So an RBI hit for Luna. Heads up play from Canyons to at least get the out at third base. Two down and Cerna at the plate. So Fruity gives up 1 on 3 hits so far, but does have 2 away here. He's ahead in the count against Cerna. Cerna waves at that one. A good breaking pitch from Fruity that time. Makes it 0-2. Just when Canyons gets themselves back in, San Jacinto finds a run. As Fruity strikes out Cerna, we head to the home half of the 8th inning. 11-8 in favor of San Jacinto. So Orsini is saying, and then the top of the order for Canyons here. Facing Stratton once again. We'll stay in there here in the 8th. And the first pitch hits Orsini in the hip. Now bring us a Sang. Reached on a fielder's choice, struck out, and sacrificed a runner over. So Stratton, who gave up 3 last inning, gives up the leadoff runner here. Canyons trying to climb all the way back. They're actually going to pinch hit here for a Sang, as the Cougars send out Hudson Story to pinch hit. Story hits this one on the ground towards second base, scooped up by Aoki for one, on to first for a double play. Heck of a double play from San Jacinto there. As Aoki scooped, flipped back to Thompson, who then fired to first over a hard slide from Orsini, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, San Jacinto out of some trouble. The fourth double play of the season for San Jacinto defensively, and the fourth time the Cougars have grounded into a double play. And a solid one at that. Good strong slide from Orsini to try and break it up, but could not do it. Now we leave it to Yeaman here with 2 down. Colin, a 2-run home run in the 5th, a single in the 7th. Has 12 hits and 17 at-bats this season. He hits this one on the ground towards short, scooped up by Thompson, fires to first, half step ahead of Yeaman, and that'll end the inning. So the leadoff hit batter does not hurt Stratton. We go to the 9th here in a 3-run ball game, 11-8 in favor of San Jacinto. Christian Smith, Junior Rodriguez, Austin Sargent, the scheduled hitters here in the 9th for San Jacinto. This one hit on the ground, backhanded by Yeaman in the hole. A long throw, but a strong one from Colin Yeaman. Sets down Smith, first out here in the 9th inning. Bring us to Junior Rodriguez. 0 for 4 today. Struck out twice, grounded out to first, and popped out softly on the left side of the infield. Canyons would have Roca, Aliman, and Steinhurst, the scheduled hitters in the 9th. Trying to keep it a 3-run ball game here. So 2 balls, or 3 balls, 1 strike here to Rodriguez, trying to reach for the first time today, and he does on a walk. So 1 out walk issued by Fruity. Bring us to Austin Sargent. 1 for 3. Good pitch that time from Fruity on an off-speed one that Sargent swung through. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Rodriguez leaning away from first, and Fruity with the C move just to keep an eye on him. Sargent can't hold up on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. It's called strike 3. Fruity sits down Sargent looking. 2 away here in the San Jacinto 9th. Canyons with Darren Davis up in the bullpen just in case here. Dominic Lombardi will come to the plate with 2 down. Rodriguez leading away from first base. Lombardi today, his only hit coming in the 2nd inning. As he swings and lifts it in the air. Roca underneath it, standing right about 2nd base position, will make the catch. And that will end the 9th. So we go to the 9th inning in a 3-run ball game, 11-8. Canyons trying to make the comeback. So Roca, Aliman, and Steinhurst, the scheduled hitters. Canyons trailing by 3. Stratton trying to finish this one out. As he came on in the 6th. San Jacinto has not surrendered the lead, so at this point, Saylor still in line for the win. So he went 5, and Yasso would be the losing pitcher right now unless Canyons can get him off the hook. First pitch to Roca over for a called strike. This one hit on the ground towards short. Thompson unable to scoop it up. So an error on Thompson. And Canyons gets a base runner, which is exactly what they need here. As they trail by 3 with Sang coming up in the 9th. Or excuse me, with Aliman coming up here. Conference out on the mound here as San Jacinto wants to try and settle Stratton down. Also giving Tristan Eddy enough time to get loose. The righty out of Norco this year. Has only faced one batter. In his one appearance and got him out, and that was it. So Eddy getting loose. And early in the season, no true closer really for either side. Joseph Romero and Julian Castro each with saves, or excuse me, each with complete games for San Jacinto, but no saves yet for the Eagles this season. So asking Stratton to get the final 12 outs. He's gotten 9. Should be 10 if not for the error from Thompson. What's the 10th error of the season on San Jacinto here early on this year. And now Aliman, who had a 2-run home run in the 5th, 2 for 4 today, stands in there. So he lifts this one in the air in foul territory, back of first base. And Aliman retired on a foul ball, caught by Lombardi behind the first base dugout, one away. So one down for Steinhurst, who's 0 for 3 today. Jaden walked and scored in the 7th. Canyons could use base runners any way they can get them right now. You'd take it again, especially with Schwarz, who had the 3-run home run in the 7th. Standing in the on-deck circle. Roca leads away from first, 0-1 here to Steinhurst, who takes a called strike, and it's 0-2. This one hit on the right side. That'll get through for a base hit. Steinhurst, his first hit of the ball game. And 2 runners aboard for Canyons here with 1 away as Schwarz comes back to the plate. Good piece of hitting that time from Steinhurst. We've seen him go to the right side 3 times today, and that time drove the ball well. And now Schwarz with a swing of the bat could tie the game as he represents the tying run at the plate. 11-8 in favor of San Jacinto. They led the whole way. They had 6 in the first 2 innings. Cougars trying to do what we've seen so many times happen here at Cougar Field and come from behind and win in a high-scoring ball game. Schwarz takes a called strike, waits on the 0-1, swings and grounds this one softly towards first. The only play for Lombardi is first base. So now 2 runs out there in scoring position with 2 away. And Evan Hawk is coming to the plate representing the final out of the ball game for San Jacinto as the Cougars down to their last out. Hawk has a double, a single, 2 for 4 today. Does have a home run this year. As he takes the first pitch from Stratton, a fastball up and away. To Hawk is a breaking ball over for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away, 2 on. Canyons down to their final out. Hawk fouls it away. 2-2. So now the Cougars down to their final strike. Stratton, a big deep breath up on the rubber. Gets into his delivery. Called strike 3, and that'll end the ball game. San Jacinto hangs on. Stratton goes the final 12 outs. And the Cougars fall for the 3rd time here at Cougar Field. This time 11-8 as Hawk is down looking on strikes. Canyons no runs on a hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base in the 9th inning. Game ends at 4:44 in the afternoon. A 2-hour and 44-minute ball game. Saylor picks up the win. Yasso the loss. And I believe Stratton picks up the same as he goes the final 12. And actually, no, it wouldn't be a save because he's actually the one that gave up, so he just gets credit for pitching nonetheless. An 11-8 win for San Jacinto. For the Eagles, 11 runs on 15 hits, 1 error, and they were very efficient, only 4 left on base. For Canyons, 8 runs on 11 hits. No errors. And 7 left on base. So tough one for COC today. They fall 11-8. It was a good ball game. We'll see tomorrow here on the Cougar Sports Network. Softball for the first time this season on the live stream as they will take on San Diego City College, a 1 p.m. start time for that one. We hope you join us. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, everybody.